Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Well, hello, everybody. We are back. Welcome to today's episode of Ladies Let's Chat. Listen, I'm so happy to have these conversations, and I'm so excited that the beautiful Naughty Love is here today.
Hey, everyone. Hey.
And Kim Delivers will be here too. Go ahead, Naughty. My apologies.
No, glad everyone can join us for the conversation. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
Yes, girl. When you sent me this conversation piece, let me tell you, I was so ecstatic to have this because this article is written so well, first of all. And second of all, it is needed in the community, not only as ladies, because it didn't say ladies friendship, it said friendship. So that could be men as well. And so I'm so glad that we're going to have this conversation because Naughty, you and I and Kim have this passion for young ladies to do better, but not just our young ladies. We need our young men to be better. We need our grown women to be better. We do. And so having this conversation is important. Thank you over there. Hey, Dion over there on Instagram. I want to also thank the beautiful and the best Erin for all the work that she does on the platform. She is amazing. She has so much good, juicy information in our comment section. If you're on one of our other channels like Instagram or Twitter or Twitch or Bigo, you want to join us on panel, you can go over to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show, and join the chat over there as well. Thank you very, very much for being here as well. Erin has a lot of jewels. She's also got information how you can follow and subscribe to Kim's channel, Kim Delivers, and to Naughty Love's channel. Naughty Love's channel and Kim's channel, they are amazing. Thank you so very much, Erin, for putting all that information in there. Now, if you guys have not seen Naughty's channel, y'all know what I love to do. I love to promote my ladies. I love to promote my ladies. Today, we're going to be talking about 15 signs you're in a toxic friendship. 15 signs you're in a toxic friendship. Go on over there, subscribe today at Kim Delivers. Go over there today, subscribe today at Naughty Love Movement, and get with these women who are empowering, uplifting, and sharing the love with all of us. And if you haven't subscribed to the Juice Radio and Talk Show yet, you want to do that over here on my YouTube channel, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Look for that red mug and microphone, and you know you've got the right one. Naughty. Yeah. Let's go ahead and have this conversation and let's help some ladies. Why was it important for you to have this conversation about 15 signs you're in a toxic friendship?
One, what has recently happened to me personally in my life, I feel like sometimes life goes through cycles where people get cleaned out, not necessarily, dismissed or anything, but like you outgrow certain situations. And two, me being a content creator and, looking for different people to collaborate with, I just started to see the signs of toxic situations surrounding me. And I'm just like, how do I protect myself from that? So that's what made me interested in the article to begin with.
I love it. And Naughty, you said something very powerful when we were in the green room before we started. And I want to get to that. But first, I want to say hello to my beautiful sister here, Latoya. Hey, girl. Hey. Thank you for being here, Latoya. I also want to say hello to Deborah. Hey, Deborah. Thank you for being here. And let's say hello, Naughty, to Dustin. Hey, Dustin. Thank you for
Hey.
being here. And listen, I love over here on our channels, both Nadia and I love when you guys support each other in the chat. So saying hello to each other in the chat and giving some positive feedback to one another in the chat is permitted on this channel. We look forward to that. Y'all say hello to Handy B.
Hey, Handy.
I love it. And joining us also from Nadia's channel is James Pryor. Hey, James.
Hey, James.
Say
Thank
salute
you for
to
joining.
Salute, James. Okay, now. And also joining us from Nadia's channel is Durag. What?
Hey, Zoom.
I love it. I love it. And listen, Handy says, I'll be listening in the bushes. Girl, go ahead and listen in the bushes. We okay with
All
that.
are welcome.
Everyone's welcome. Come on now, y'all start getting your dance on because y'all know every time I see this name on panel, I do my dance. Say hello to Felicia. What up, Felicia?
Hey, Felicia.
She's saying, hello, my peeps. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Latoya, for being that moderator in there along with Aaron. And y'all, come on, give a big old shout out to Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
What up,
Hey,
Michelle?
Curse.
Hey, Curves. Now, you know, we're going to drop the link because we need to have a girl chat up here.
Yes.
So those of you who are in the chat that would really love to come on panel, come on now. Now, remember, we got 15 topics we're going to talk about. 15. We got lots of conversation to have. So I'm going to tell you, like I tell my church friends now, we all can say a lot with a little bit. We don't have to have a whole church sermon because sometimes I have pastors on panel. I'm like, listen, this is not the revival service of the 4-hour sermon. But your input is important to the conversations that we have here on the channel. So we'll be dropping that link here shortly. And I would love for you to come up, especially you, Kerr. We've been looking for you, girl. I need to get your direct information. So y'all say hello to Kerr.
Hey, Curse. Kirby's in the house.
I know, right? I love her. Y'all say hello to Minister Deborah Davis.
Hey, Minister. Happy Sunday to you.
Yes, thank y'all so very much. Now, listen, let's go ahead and get this chat going. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this link because this is a much needed conversation. I'm so happy to see all of the beautiful people in this chat. Guys, I want you to know you are welcome also to come on panel because you have a voice in this as well. And we look forward to hearing your voice about this chat. All right. So, Nadi, while I drop this chat, let's go ahead and start talking about some of these ways. Now, first of all, I would like to say that there are some people that don't think they're in a toxic friendship. What's up, beautiful kid?
Hello,
Hey,
ladies.
love the specs. Love the specs.
Oh, thank you. I come to serve the people.
Yes, darling.
Kim, you are serving it too. You are serving it. And
Well,
we are
thank you.
Listen, I had to put on a little rouge and a little eyeshadow and little lip gloss to come on this panel because I was like, these girls be serving it up.
Oh, you so funny. You so funny. Now you know you are beautiful. Not only on the outside, but in the inside too. And that's what I love about you the most.
Yes.
And I say that all the time. Hi, in my opinion.
Hey, in my opinion. That's another beautiful one right there too. In my
opinion. I love her. I love her spirit.
Oh my goodness, she's amazing. And here she is, in my opinion.
Hey, in my opinion. Hello, Queen.
Hi, Jules. Hi, Natty.
Hey.
Hello, beautiful. So glad to see you there. All right. Listen, let's have this conversation. Now, Kim, while we were chatting up before, we were talking about this topic, 15 signs you're in a toxic friendship. A lot of people don't even realize they're in a toxic friendship. So we're going to go over some of these. Now, Kim, Nadia was giving some information about herself, and she was saying how sometimes even on social media, we'll have people that we say are considered friends or people we know or relationships on social media. And sometimes some of those are toxic, but sometimes people don't feel like they want to get out of them. I mean, what's your thought on a toxic friendship? Kim, I'll start with you.
Let me just tell you this, okay?
Please tell me.
I've got mechanisms. Okay. Mechanisms. My mechanisms I put in place to safeguard me. Okay. So I have established very rigid boundaries on certain things. And I think my little tagline should say, I'm allergic to toxicity on this thing. Okay.
Come on now.
So what I do is if I see a certain kind of energy coming my way, or if I recognize a pattern that I've seen before, whether I've seen it in them or anybody else, if I look on the horizon and I see the BS, I'm cutting it straight. Okay. For a couple of reasons. I'm not coming off my chariot to throw no tomatoes at anybody with anybody. Okay, first of all. All
Come
right.
on, Mariah. Come on, Mariah.
All right. That's right. You know it. You know it.
Yes,
When she just said that, I was like, that is mine now. Okay.
It's a
But
t-shirt.
the other thing is that I've had my own toxicity in my own life, which made me, in my opinion, be a little bit behind, or I could have been further than I am. So I'm not letting anybody stop me from doing what, because I've already got a plan for me and my life and my family's life, right? So I don't even get mad at anybody anymore, because first of all, I don't let them, because of the mechanisms I put in place. You know, they already let me know where these people are, so they can only get so far with me. All right. So I don't even it's not even about being mad at them. Sometimes people got their own internal battles. So I'm gonna let you do that over there. Because some people want to take some stuff and put it on your porch. So I just sweep that stuff right off. I sweep it off my porch. I come out there and I sweep it like that. Okay. Don't put that on my porch. All right. I don't want it. So I don't usually have that, but there has been times, okay, and like I told you, I just had a battle today. It was the thing with this lawyer. I'm getting this house, and it's these three sisters. Nadi knows the whole situation. Anyway, these three sisters. So they've been going back and forth whether they want to agree on certain things or not, because it was somebody who fraudulently did the deed, and then they have to do business with them. But it ain't fair, but it's real. So the one sister going to sit up here, and then she said, after everybody met, because yesterday they said they weren't going to do it, and then I got in a meeting dating. I said, listen, I'm not no ping pong. Are y'all on this or not? Are y'all all in an agreement? Because what you're not going to do is do me as a ping pong. Everybody said, yeah. Then this one sister went off and said she's not. Girl, I asked her what was the problem. That child came at me. I said what I said. So whoop, I unblocked her, put her on the do not list, and I'm shut down that chat because I don't need your energy. She's dealing with something internally. It has nothing to do with me. Okay.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with me. So a lot of people, you want to help people and save people. I don't be bothered with that. And I love you, but my mama always raised me up to love nobody to the detriment of yourself. So I say all that to say, when people come up with that bullshit, I be like, Diana Ross, stop in the name of love. I ain't dealing with it. Okay. And I'm cold like that. All right. And I move on. Stop in the name of love.
Stop in the name of love. Before you
break my heart, think it over. So I said all that to say that. Stop in the name of love. That's what I tell people. Stop in the name of love.
I love it.
Yes. Now, you know what? We are having laughter on here, but listen, sometimes it takes laughter to really think back at all the stuff that people do. And you're like, really? That's what we're doing? That is not what we're doing. Listen, they agreeing with you, Kim. Michelle GMC, I know that's right, Kim. LOL. I know that's right. So, in my opinion, what's your thoughts on when we say there are signs of toxic friendships? What's your thoughts when we talk about that? And then we're going to get into these one by one real quick. Go ahead, in my opinion.
Okay. So, first of all, let me tell you, if you're in a relationship or friendship or any kind of ship, okay, and it's emotionally harming you, then that is not the situation for you, okay? Mm-hmm. And so when I think about things that's toxic in a relationship or the traits that's toxic, I think about, simple passive aggressive comments, lying, putting you down. If those are occurring and they're more frequently, because they always start off really subtle, you know what I'm saying? And it's like really light, like you may not see it. Okay, you may think they're joking or whatever, but if it keeps continuing to happen, that's when you know you're dealing with somebody with toxic energy, and you don't want that in your life, because that toxic energy weighs on you, and it'll mess with you emotionally, and then it start messing with you physically, because what we take in and what we bring into our life, it affects our health. It affects your well-being. So you have to protect yourself, protect your peace at all times.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you said that. And for those of you who are wondering, okay, where are we getting this information from? Nadi found this beautiful, beautiful article here by Women's Health. And I put the link in the description if you all would like to read it. These are expert opinions, okay? These 15 excerpts here came from expert opinions, and we're going to go over them. But y'all, we can't go over them until we say hello to Kurz, who just joined us.
Hey.
Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Thanks for dropping the link. I had got it. I appreciate you guys inviting me up here, but it wouldn't work from my freaking phone. So I was so glad when you dropped the link.
Oh, I'm
Yay.
so happy. Kurz, have you ever been in a toxic friendship?
Oh yeah.
What was your thoughts? What was the toxicity in that situation?
Well, it depends. Like, so, how like in life you grow, right? So the toxicity in elementary school is different than the toxicity in high school, is different than what happens in college. So you know what I mean? So like you kind of evolve through toxicity on finding out how much you're willing to take.
Yes.
So I'm such a silver lining kind of girl that even in toxic relationships, I'm still looking for the lesson and the blessing of the lesson of, okay, well, this was obviously to show me, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like, so even if that person is the toxicity, my responsibility to myself is, do I, for one, want to participate? For two, is, do I need a boundary to protect myself? For three, is this what I'm aligning my morals with? You know what I mean? So like, but it's an evolution.
I love that.
So like what I accepted when I was younger is different than what I'll tolerate now.
You better say that part.
You better
Thank
say
you so
that.
much. Thank you, Kurt. Now, this article says, it starts out by saying you can forgive a friend for a lot. Like maybe your college pal forgot your birthday or your mom flaked on your dinner plans last minute. But even with best of friends, it says it becomes difficult to overlook increasingly frequent patterns of more toxic traits, like making passive aggressive comments, lying, and putting you down. So it says if you start to feel like your bestie is no longer the best thing for you, chances are you're in a toxic friendship. It also says this kind of friendship has tendencies to sneak up on people because the signs are often subtle. But generally, a toxic friendship emotionally harms you rather than helping you. That's what the clinical experts are saying. It also says this: you can tell a friend is toxic when they cause stress and sadness or anxiety and doesn't help you be who you want to be. This is what the expert, Dr. Bonnier, is saying. Now, let's go over these real quick. The first sign that it says toxic relationship, it says this. Number one, it says you're giving more than you're getting. This is the first sign. I'm gonna start with Nadi, or y'all just chime in. Nadi, what do you think about when you give more than you're getting in a relationship? Who would have thought that was a toxic relationship? Some people think they have to put up with that. What's your thoughts on you're giving more than you're getting?
If it's not beneficial to both parties, then what are we doing here? That's what comes to mind. I've been in a situation where I just noticed like I was always going to see this person, check on them, and it just turned out to be very one-sided, right? And so it's just like, well, why am I engaging this? Why am I indulging this? A friendship should be a two-way street. I deserve to feel comfortable enough with my friend that if I put out a certain energy, I should be able to expect that reciprocated back. But once I realized that situation was one-sided for me, it was very easy for me to cut it off because I wasn't gaining anything. I wasn't getting any growth out of it. Like that person was just benefiting from me being there for them, and that's not fair to me. I deserve the same support back.
Absolutely. Girl, you deserve much more. Absolutely. Kim, I'm going to come over to you, the fan favorite. Kim is the fan favorite here on the panel. Everybody loves Kim. I love Kim. So, Kim, I'm going to read this. I'm going to come to you. It says, if your friend always seems to need your help but can't return even the smallest favor, the chances are you're toxic. They're toxic. So, Kim, tell me what's your thoughts on this one. You're giving more than you're getting.
Well, again, I have mechanisms. So I'm ever aware and I'm ever vigilant about my peace and my energy. Okay, so I'm not doing that much. I'll give you an example. A coworker I had, my life is not that exciting. So, when she calls, I don't always have a whole lot to say, So she's always blah, 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 blah. But when the time I do, she's always dismissing mine, discounting mine. No, for real.
Mm-hmm.
And and then she was a new coworker. She came to the job new, and I always try to look out for my sisters because that's what I do. I'm always out looking out for my people. Okay, Black Power, Ungawa. Okay, so but the time she called me, it was really in the height of my me battling this arthritis. She would ask me, forever. So she would ask me how I was doing. And I was like, oh, well, my body's hurt. Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Like she was tired of hearing me saying it. So one day we were talking about, I just got off the phone and she had called me talking to my manager. She was like, what's going on? And I was like, blah, 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 blah. A lot of word vomit on how he had irritated me, right? And then she was like, well, I was going to go on a trip. She says, well, we're not talking about that. We'll just talk about you going to Miami. I said, let me tell you what I want to talk about.
Wow.
I said, I want to talk about this. I said, I want to talk about how it gets on my damn nerves when people call you up and want to always tell you their business. Okay. They always want to talk about you themselves. But the time you get ready to say something to them, they want to discount you and dismiss you. I said, that's what I want to talk about. I said, because that shit gets on my nerves. And then I was quiet because the next person to speak loses. So then she said, well, I think I've got something to do now, so I'm going to let you go. I said, and that's just fine. And we ain't talked since then. Okay?
I don't blame you because what irks me, I can't stand late. Whenever I reach out to one of my friends that, hey, I'm just checking on you to see how you're doing. If they don't reciprocate that back, you do not care about what's going on with my life. But I took my time to reach out to just check in, say, hey, we may not speak every day, but you were on my mind. How's everything going? But if they can't even reciprocate, it's just a simple question. Well, how you been?
Never.
That part. I
never
am totally about reciprocation. You have to reciprocate to appreciate where I'm coming from.
Yes.
If you reciprocate, we can elevate, in the words of Wolfman Jack. I don't know if he really said that. But
it sounds good though, Kurt.
It sounds like he would have said it though.
It sounds real good.
But reciprocation is it's just a natural part of an actual relationship. People who are actually invested in you will show you that they're actually invested in you. And it's a sign, a note to self. You might want to put it on a red Post-it on the side of your mind that, okay, this person isn't reciprocating. I'm calling, I'm reaching, I'm inviting, I'm coordinating, I'm. And there is no I in team. So what's going on here? And when you assess, I just was talking to my mom the other day about this, Mama Curves. And so I said to her, I said, Mom, I said, you know what? I said, fuck this. I'm getting T-Rex syndrome too. She said, what's that? I said, you know how people act like they can't reach and call you back, and they can't reach and reach out to you and invite you someplace, and they act like their arms can't go any further than themselves, but you always reach in like you got the incredible stretch mom capacity to reach over there and try to bridge gaps like you, the Republican and the Democrat of the relationship, and you it's tiring. Flexing your flexibility like that. You know what I'm saying? So
it is absolutely.
I told her right now I'm in a phase of T-Rex. So you got T-Rex, you revealed a T-Rex, I can reveal a T-Rex.
I love it.
You've shown me T-Rex in the past. Before I call you, it's a serious consideration when the last time you reached out to me was. Seriously, even if you cross my mind, and it turns out that you haven't reached out to me in a long time, and my number's been the same for a decade, y'all. So if you haven't reached out to me in the meantime, then hey, you must not want to talk. I don't want to bother you, but since you crossed my mind, I'm praying for you. And
it's about showing up for people. Yeah, so reciprocation is important, but that really all boils down to showing up for your person, for the people you love and care about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's a choice.
That's, it is showing up, because I'm fiercely loyal. you know, and protective, and I'm territorial, and that's overall things that is me or that I care truly about. So I'm gonna show up for those that I do. But when I see other people aren't like that, then you know, that's it.
I get it. In my opinion, would you like to chime in about this first one about these people?
Well, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back to my mama. Okay, my mom used to say, "You can't pour into an empty vessel."
Well, come on now.
So let me tell you something. I can only pour into you if you can pour into me. Okay,
That's
so
right.
I can't pour into no empty vessel.
That's right, Mama.
Woo, I love it. Well, number 2, and we're going to start going through these rather quickly because I want to get to all 15. Number 2 says, you no longer trust them. Oh, I can say that. There have been some people I've been around and I've been like, we were good at one time, but then something happened and I'm getting these feelings and I'm seeing some stuff that you're doing to some other folks. And if you did it to them, I'm trying to think, when is my turn going to come around? So there are some people that I had to cut off because I'm like, no, I don't think I can trust you anymore. I mean, what you want to do? In my opinion, I'm gonna start down there with you. Do you have some people that you no longer trust them?
Here's the thing with trust. Okay, trust is something that you earn. It's not given freely. Okay, and it can be taken back at any time. So if you show me that you have an inability to be trustworthy, then I have the ability to snatch my trust back.
Well, I love that. Come on, Curves. Tell me a little about no longer trusting people. You know, and again, people, while we're doing this video is because we want you to know the signs that you're in a toxic friendship. But not only that, you may be the toxic person. So you might need to check yourself also. Or do you have friends that don't trust you anymore? Curves, what's your thoughts on no longer trusting them?
For me, I'm like the opposite of what was just said, in my opinion. I am more, I give it to you. And then like you start with the A with me. You start with trust with me. And then when you reveal to me like a different situation, then I'm like, okay, you can't have it anymore. And that just happened recently to me where I'm clear that this is something that an obvious person with like a moral capacity of just like even, I don't know, just like a first vibration would like a thought, oh, let me do this, this, and this, but said nothing. And then when I brought it up, it was a huge problem. And I'm like, really? Okay, well, there's all is revealed. All is revealed.
Issues. Naughty, what's your thoughts on that?
Ooh, I'm kind of like in my opinion, like I'm very guarded with my trust now. Now that I'm older and in my 40s, because not everybody deserves my trust, and I feel like it should be earned. And I feel like that takes time to build a rapport, and so if it's rushed, that actually gives me pause and makes me pull back. Like, why are you trying to rush this? Let's just get to know each other naturally, you know?
You better preach.
Because that's how you get burnt real fast. So I'm into building up a rapport with people and just kind of seeing people's quality of character to see if they deserve my trust. So that's where I stand with that.
Absolutely. Michelle said in the comments, I had to cut off some friends. I no longer trust. My circle is shorter because of this, and I can't be around people I don't trust. Kim, I will bring it back over here to you. I know you probably have some people you done told us in the first part, you just ain't gonna trust them. But what about this part, Kim? Number 3, you dread checking your phone. You want to check? You want to say on trust also, and then go on.
Yeah, I just want to say on trust. I compartmentalize. Just real quick, I just want to tell you this. I compartmentalize. Okay. So I have associates, I have acquaintances, I have friends, and then I'm like Robert De Niro on the Fockers, and then I got my circle of trust. Everybody in the circle of trust.
I love it.
Okay, them tried 2 people. So, you know, I compartmentalize and then I just deal with everybody as I can. It's almost a lot like when you hear people talk about they code switch. I switch up where I need to be. That's all it is. Okay. But then I got that circle of trust where those people are tried and true. All right. But dread checking my phone. No, I don't really dread checking my phone because I'm so straightforward. Anybody I don't feel like being bothered, they already know and we already done. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Dustin, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm getting a feedback from somebody's phone. I can't figure out which one it is. But Dustin, thank you.
See if it's me.
Thank you for being there.
I would never miss it. So welcome. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
I love it. All right. So, ladies, y'all can chime in on here. You dread checking your phone. Have you ever had those friends where you dread checking your phone? And you're like, okay, now,
Yes, I
No,
have.
ma'am. No,
I have.
ma'am. When the Lord tell me
I'm
to let them
sorry.
go, I let them go. That's that Scorpio in me, though.
okay, you let them go. You let them go. In my opinion, right?
Let them go, and let God.
I love that. Y'all say hello to Gwendolyn joining us on panel. Hey, Gwendolyn.
Hello.
Hey, Gwendolyn.
Hi, y'all. I
Hi,
was trying to
Gwendolyn.
get in. My ADHD is acting, so I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm trying not to forget my focus. But I
Don't.
miss what, in my opinion, said because I'm a Scorpio and she may be doing something different or we may be
Oh,
doing the same.
I said, I don't dread chicken mine because I let go and let God.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Okay, now, y'all, bear with me.
Okay.
I'm on this ADHD journey. My bubbles
And happy
burst.
belated birthday to you, Miss Gwendolyn.
Well, thank you. My
Let me just say this.
I'm
I'm a
I'm
Scorpio too,
confused
y'all.
because who I was and then being a widow, you change, lose yourself, have everything coming back. Now I'm over here with the ADHD dam bursting and I'm kind of like walking in new territory. And I had a woman come to me and says we need to be friends. And she said, I know she came from God because she said, I got to earn your trust. Y'all,
Wow.
I was 58 years old the first time I heard that. My mouth dropped open. I was
Wow.
like, okay. And then I was asking my friends, what do that mean? Tell me what that looked like. What am I supposed to be doing? Nobody could tell me
Wow.
because I give unconditional friendship and unconditional love to people that I feel like their energy matches.
Wow.
But
So,
not knowing the ADHD and all this, and I've learned now, make it short.
so you
Um,
felt like there were some times where you dreaded checking your phone. Any of the other panelists that didn't have a thank you so much for chiming in on that, Gwendolyn. That's important too. Anybody else wanted to chime in on dread checking your phone?
I wanted to chime in on that part.
Real quick, Dustin, go ahead.
I had a friend. I thought, I had an old friend, and I
oh,
thought we were talking every day. So, and then he turned around and decided he didn't want nothing to do with me because I have a he didn't want nothing to do with me because I have a disability. So, that really hurt me, juice, and
I'm
he
sorry.
he got to the point where he didn't want nothing to do with me anymore.
Well, there's others that will love spending their time with you, Dustin. There are. And you know it's probably best to cut those relationships off because friends have to be your friends regardless of your physical health, regardless of what they consider something that others would see as a disability. You would really know who's your real friend because when they're your real friends, they don't even see that disability. They don't
Yeah,
see it as
I want to say something to you as well because you said something a couple of weeks ago. You said, you're sometimes your friend, sometimes when they're not your good friends, sometimes you just call them a fool. So that's what I call them, and I don't put up with that bullshit. I don't put up with that stuff anymore. So, uh,
there you
yeah,
go. I love
yeah,
that.
he just didn't decided he didn't want nothing to do with me. So, I just
Let it
continued on.
continue on. That's the key. Thank you for that, Dustin, chiming in. So I'm going to have the ladies go ahead roundtable. I'm going to start up there with beautiful Nadi on number 4. You don't enjoy spending time with them. Why do people have friends that they don't enjoy spending time with? Nadi.
I don't have friends like that because y'all already know I love to have me a good time, and
Mhm,
I just don't get with low vibrational people. Be quite honest, I go out a lot by myself, believe it or
mhm,
not,
mhm.
because I just want that free reign to just do me. But if you a Debbie Downer, we gonna put you in the corner. Hey, her. Thank you for
I hear.
joining.
Yeah,
Hello, her.
well,
I
Go
I'm
can
ahead.
the same
deliver. How
way
you
too.
doing,
I
Kim?
protect my energy at all costs. I mean, I really do. So that's all I gotta say. I'm not getting ready. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I'd rather just sit. I'm comfortable sitting at home too. You know what I mean? So instead of being bothered with somebody I'm gonna be bothered with, I have this customer to turn friend. And she's one of those people who want to help you, help you, help you, help you, help you, help you. I don't need your help, okay? I mean, if I want your help, and just like, okay, so if I call you Regina, and I'm just talking to you on the phone. We just talking. We just shooting stuff, and I'm telling you how my day was or whatever. She's also a life coach, so she thinks she's supposed to coach everybody. I told her I didn't contract your services. Okay. All right, and we just talking. I said, now we can't do that, and we got to stop talking. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
And that's why you're the fan favorite, Kim. That's why.
Ladies, let me tell you what in my friendship with me and my girlfriend last night, just for short quick.
What happened?
Well, with the ADHD, I go down and out, so I tell all my friends, and if they're new, I tell them if I don't call you, don't answer the phone, don't take it personally. I don't know when I'm going in and out. So she knew this, so she gets an attitude. So last night she made a comment and she said, "Oh, I'm just so sick and tired of it." And she wasn't real nice. And I was trying to get her to understand that it's about the way you said it.
Yes.
Long story short, she finally said, "Sometimes you just go on and on and on and on." And I said, "Well, yeah, it's blowing my mind, but I don't know how long I'll be going."
Okay.
And so she got to say what she got to say, because in my environment and my friends, tell the truth, whether it hurts my feelings, makes me cry, tell me the truth and we can work it out later. But if we got a problem, then I'm just going to cut you off.
Now, Gwendolyn, you said a whole lot. I love that part. Tell the truth to me, even if it's going to hurt or whatever. Let me know what the truth is. Instead, I would rather people tell me to my face than tell somebody else and talk behind my back. Curves, let me come over to you. And then, in my opinion, what about this? Did you want to comment on that one, or number 4? You don't enjoy, I'm sorry, yes, number 4, you don't enjoy spending time with them.
Oh, like if I'm not into hanging out with you, then I just won't, is usually how. And I don't go out with anybody that I feel is one of those people that's a RTGs, you know, because like RTG is one of those ready to go people. Like you guys go someplace and they're like, "I'm ready to go." And like, you're just like, no, like the good DJ just got there, or like your other good friend just got there. You know what I mean? And they just want it to be all about their ride to get home or whatever. So yeah, I don't hang out with ready to goes. And I would tend not to be around somebody that I wasn't going to have a good time around. No, I didn't do that.
I say don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Like, you want me to call you an Uber?
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Call you an Uber, Lyft, whatever you prefer.
For time's sake, I would love. For
But
time's
see,
sake,
that's why I always drive my own car. I'll meet you there. So when you ready to go, you ain't bothering me. And if I'm ready to go, I'm not disturbing my friends when they having a good time.
I love it.
Seriously.
In my opinion, let me ask you this one. In my opinion, number 5, you don't like yourself when you're with them. What about that one? In my opinion, friends that have friends and they're like, you don't even like yourself when you're with them. In my opinion, what's your thoughts on that?
This is my philosophy on that. Now, I do have a philosophy on this one, okay? Because if you have to change who you are to be friends with somebody, then they're not meant to be your friend, okay? I need to be comfortable in all situations. And if I can't be who I am truly, then you can't be a part of my friend circle. And that's just it.
I love that. I love that. Let me come on up to Kim. And Kim, I know you ain't changing yourself to be around no folks, but I just got to get your opinion on this, Kim. You don't like yourself when you're with them. Kim, does that ever happen to you?
Well, sort of, kind of, but in the work relationship. So my work relationships and everything. But this is a girl who told me about this job, and she was instrumental in helping me get this job. Okay, just real quick. When I got the job one day. I found out my mom was dying the next day, and I had to take the license test. Kept failing it. She took off on Mother's Day to help me pass the test. Okay. She's been instrumental, but she's overbearing. Okay. So when we do events and we have to collaborate together, well, girl, I do this and this is how I do it. And this is how I do it. Well, you know, everybody brings their flair to it. So, you know, but I like her as a core person. You ever seen somebody you can like their core, but how their personality plays out? Sometimes you'd be like, you know what I mean? So I had to step aside and go incognito on her. Okay. And so then one day then I came back when I resurfaced and everything. I said, listen, I had to go incognito on you. Okay. I said, because at the end of the day, I said, you know, both of us, you know, I don't want to have to fight for my place for you. We can just mesh and meld. I said, but you got to understand other people's perspectives too. You know what I mean? And ever since then, we've been meshing. And then, matter of fact, a week or two ago, she was like, Kim, I'm so glad I met you, and I'm glad you my friend. And I said, I'm the same way with you, but sometimes you got to go incognito. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Incognito. Take that away. That's takeaway.
Girl, I love that. I love that. Now, the article here from Women's Health says this. It says a toxic friend has a knack for spreading their toxicity to others, according to Gert Fournier. When you're with that person, they may bring out behaviors in you that aren't your best. He explains, maybe you're drinking too much, gossiping, or being passive aggressive with them when you're normally super chill. Those are signs of a toxic friendship. So I want you ladies to think about this, especially our young women that are going to be watching this video. You're in school and you feel like you have to be the nasty, mean person when you're around certain girl groups. They call y'all the mean girls, really. You don't have to be that person. You could be the person that spreads the love and light to other people instead of all the toxicity. Would anyone else on the panel real quick want to answer or have a commentary on number 5 before we go to number 6?
No, I don't have any commentary on that one.
Not to go
To thine own self be true. That's for everybody. To thine own self be true. That's the golden rule.
Your own moral ground. You shouldn't. I'm not changing who I am. Love me or leave me alone. And that's just kind of how I operate. And if I'm changing to suit a friendship, then is that friendship really healthy for me? So yeah, no, I'm really strong in my conviction, and I really have a good sense of who I am. And if that doesn't mix with you, you don't have to be around me. That's the wonderful thing about this world. We all have.
That's right. Number 6 is this. You
Okay.
know.
Long story short, little girl, nobody liked me, and I asked my mama, Mommy, how come nobody don't like me? She said, well, don't nobody like being around a happy, sunshiny, positive person all the time. I said, well, I guess I just won't have no friends, and I have never changed who I've been to this day.
Hello.
There you go. There you go, Gwendolyn. Better teach you. Number 6 is, I'm sorry, Dustin, you want to say something real quick? Because I got to get to these other ones. Go ahead, Dustin.
I wouldn't change myself either for anybody. So if they don't like the way that I am, they can just turn around and leave.
There you go, Dustin. There you go. Kim, you know you my fan favorite. I thought of you about half of these when I was like, I would get me a little band, you know, like they used to say, what would Jesus do? What would Kim do? Kim, number 6, you know they talk less about you, Kim. What?
Well, I feel like this. People talk crap about Jesus too, so I know they're gonna talk about me. All right. And the thing about that too is that you say whatever you want to say, just say my name right. Okay. I don't even care. Period. That don't affect me. That's something internal you dealing with. I know who Kim is. I got to live with me all the time. And if anybody that you talking to believe that and they don't want to check, I have stopped talking to my aunt behind that. Okay. Or one of my aunts at the time. No, seriously. Because it was some stuff that was said about me that wasn't true. And my mother's sister, when she passed and everything, they act as a unit. So one person say something, all of them got to agree. So they got to walk like this. They almost like that old Asian proverb, the nail that raises the head, get the hammer. So anybody that steps outside of the unit, they don't want to get the hammer. So she had an issue with me, and instead of based on what somebody told her, instead of coming to me and asking me that, she knew me and my sister weren't getting along. So she told them to my sister so they can create more drama and give me more chaos and throw it my way. Okay. Well, wow. I gave her a little bit of my opinion, and then after that, I gave her a piece of my mind. And then after that, okay. So no, because I feel like this. If anybody else, go ahead and talk about me, because I want to see how other people receive it, and then I can get rid of the whole lot.
That part. I'm gonna come down
off of that.
Go ahead, Nadi. Go ahead, Nadi.
Off of that. Number 1, if it's not said to my face, it's not said at all. Hold on to it. Okay.
That's right. Now you ain't letting it take up your brain space.
Okay, it's not said at all. And this is the importance of the vetting process before you allow people in your life. And if you see a person talks about folk, guess what they're going to do to you? When a person shows you who they are, Believe them.
They're gonna talk
Okay.
about you too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Period.
In my
That
opinion,
part.
Curbs, would you like to join in on that conversation? What do you say about friends that talk
Okay.
back?
So let me tell you, it's another saying from my mama, okay? Sticks and
Mhm.
stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. But get mad and act all bad, and somebody gonna have to save you.
Oh, woo! Girl, I ain't mad at you. And
Hey,
hey,
Makeup
makeup
Diva.
diva. Hey, makeup diva. Curves. What would you like to add to this? We ever had any friends that talk mess behind your back? It's one thing to talk positivity about your back behind your back, but
You
when they start
know,
talking mess,
all publicity is good publicity. That's what I
oh,
used to say. So, it would just add to the mystery. If a person takes the time to find me and decide whether or not that was a true or false statement, I wouldn't even ever know. Because, like Nadi said, they didn't say it while I was there. So, but yeah, I just take it as all publicity is good publicity.
I'm gonna come over to Dustin real quick and then down to Gwendolyn. I want to say this to people who have friends because this is on a serious note. When you find out that someone is talking negatively about you behind your back, that is not someone that you want in your daily life because they are only going to bring detriment to you. And so you want to cut those people off. Let's see who else they're going to talk about it. Or actually, think of the spirit, give them something to talk about. Let them be able to go and tell all the people you cut them off because of their bad behavior. A lot of people do this one thing, number 6 here, because of their own personal insecurities about themselves. Or either they just don't know how to tell you the truth about how they feel about you. And sometimes it's best, yes, hear the truth. Like Gwendolyn said, I want to know the truth, whether it hurt me or not. Let me know the truth, but tell me. Don't tell everybody but me.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful with people that talk behind your back. Dustin, real quick, what's your thoughts on 6?
Yeah, I think, like I said before, Juice, I've been hurt before, so I've been hurt after they said that before, and I cut them off, and I know they talk behind on other people's backs, and I don't like that kind of stuff. If you have something to talk to me about, you talk to me and me only. So don't
I
talk
love
about me. Don't talk to anybody else. So that's why I cut these people off.
That's right. Gwendolyn, your thoughts on this? Thank you, Dustin.
You're welcome.
I was reading, what's the Makeup Diva Curls?
Yes, this comment is good. She says,
I
yes,
had,
she done
okay,
had messy friends. I'm struggling to finding female friends because I trust no one anymore. Part.
well, I had a friend of mine tell me, Gwendolyn, you need to find women who are like you. And what she was saying was the inner me. Women who were not jealous of me, because I never saw my light and still don't. But you got to find the woman who was talking. I'm speaking to her and anybody else that feels that way. You got to find women who are aligned with who you are, who are not competing with you,
That part.
and ask God to reveal them to you, because God has revealed them to me with some of the women on the panel. But
That
I would say this: I had to cut my sisters out because my middle sister all my life was going behind me, talking behind my back, and I never understood why people would say, "Well, you ain't nothing like your sister said. Oh, you're just so nice and beautiful." And I'm like, okay, my girlfriend, the one I was telling you about earlier,
yeah.
my sister met her twice. And the second time after I went over to her house, she said, "Why your sister talk about you like a dog behind your back?" I said, "Girl, she's been doing that all my life, and other things have happened. I'll let y'all know behind the scene. But anyway, uh, I cut
Oh,
her out because I know she done poisoned the whole family, and I've had to cut. I can't. I got to keep my peace. My
you
world lives in peace and no drama. You got drama, don't come in my. Not matter of fact, don't even come on my side of town or in my neighborhood with your drama, disturbing my neighbors with
you
that
know what?
negative energy."
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you addressed that. And that was number 7. People feel as though they're your friends, but they have to compete with you. That's not a friendship. Kim, I'm going to come over to you because Makeup Diva Curls and this next comment, I would love to hear your conversation to them. Makeup Diva Curls, of course, she said, yes, I'm done. I had some messy friends. I'm struggling finding female friends because I trust no one. What would you say to someone in the panel who's watching the video that says they're struggling to find female friends?
Well, for one thing, the thing that concerns me is about that I trust no one. Because when you said that you can't let anybody change you. I don't let when I say I put mechanisms, I mean that. Okay. So I put mechanisms to be able to guide me and help me in my judgment and things like that. But I'm not going to let anybody change me. I'm not going to stop enjoying life. I'm not going to, God, I have a lot of love to give. I would like being with people. I'm social. I'm not going to let nobody change me and say I'm not going to trust anybody. I just need to use my discernment that God gave me and to be able to know and feel my spirit and what my spirit's telling me or what I see and I know is known patterns, because there are sisters out there that are some true sisters. But I would just say that, you just have to compartmentalize things. Let people be, your associate, an acquaintance first, and then they can be an associate. But if they're an acquaintance and they don't match up to becoming an associate and then becoming your friends, and then, like I said, I got 4 stages, and I got the circle of trust. But I have a lot of sisters out there that I am good friends with. Look, I met you and I met Nadi. I mean, strong sisters, intelligent sisters, believe in the community, uplift, and all the rest of that. It's some sisters out here. You just got to find your tribe.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? And then when you see people doing certain things that don't align with you, because everything you want to do is aligning with you, okay? Because you don't want anybody knocking you off your square. You don't want that bad energy on you like an albatross around your neck. You just got to find your tribe. That's it. Find your tribe.
I love that. And I'm going to have to tell you, a lot of times your tribe may not be in your bloodline.
Yeah.
That's a whole deep conversation that we, the ladies, are going to have a chat about that on one of these upcoming shows. Ladies, let's chat. So, Nadi, I want you to answer this one. Durag here says this: I have no friends. I'm always by myself. What would you say to Durag?
Durag, he is a loner, and I know him. We go back to childhood, me and him. But
he's got Nadi. He's got a friend.
He got me. I go up and visit Durag. We hang up out at the river and stuff. And he know he could call me anytime he need anything. But I get why he thinks that way. You have to be very guarded because people just try to use you for what you have access to and things like that. But I think he's very peaceful because of that.
Yes.
Guarded, and he's just the type of person that kind of likes to move when he wants to move. He don't want to answer to anybody. So I get it. And it's not that he's not open for friendship. He socializes, but he just doesn't bring anyone too close. And a lot of people are guarded like that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I love that. And let me tell you this. Hello, beautiful Erin. Thank you for being here. Now, I'm going to tell you, my mother used to say this all the time. She used to say, older we get, the smaller our circles get. And it does, because that's when the older you get, you start becoming wiser and you start tolerating less. And you start getting the thought process of, I don't need all of the drama. My life needs to be peaceful. And so it's a part in your life where you transition from a whole bunch of mess to, I just want to be peaceful. I'm going to come down to you, beautiful curves. And I want you to talk to me about number 7, friends that feel like they have to compete with you. What do you say about people who have friends and they feel that they have to compete with them?
Well, if you're like just a natural competitor, you might get off on it and enjoy it. If you're not a natural competitor, then it might rub you the wrong way and cause some kind of resentment. If it's worth it, you'll talk about it to that person if it was the latter. And if it's the former, then you'll probably engage in the competition. So yeah, some friends, I don't know, if it was a dance competition, I'm there, so I don't know.
I think that's more like one-upmanship.
Yeah, that's more like sports thinging, right?
No, I feel like it's more like one-upmanship.
There are some friends that that have like a natural competition. Like they'll literally go out, dress as best they can, and compete for the same guy when they go out. Like it's a little thing between them. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not just sports. There are some people's relationships that are like that. That's what I'm saying. So if you do engage, if you don't, then you probably wouldn't engage. But like in my friendships, sometimes it does get a little competitive. For
But at the
different
end of the
reasons.
day, Curves, at the end of the day, when you say you're in that competition with that friend, does it matter who wins or loses? And are you still good friends even if you're one that loses?
Yeah, like if you're engaging in the competition, then definitely you can chuckle about like the loser.
Good.
Duh. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If it's a healthy friendship, then you should be able to do that.
I love A-OK Curves.
Oh,
I
wait a
love
minute.
it.
Let me add something to that real
I
quick.
have
though.
I have a learning question because I'm
Okay, can I just
even
say this
though
so real
well
quick?
even though I'm 62, I'm coming into this whole new world of what's going on because that's not positive things. Okay, what does a person look like other than what you've talked about that I can recognize for everybody else who may not? That's in the chat. That people be competing because I have no idea what that looks like if somebody is in my space and I'm not aware. It's like,
Okay,
Can I just say this? So I've been trying to say this one thing.
Answer that. Go ahead, Kim. Go ahead.
I was just trying to say this one thing. When I read that one, can you put that back on the screen again, real quick?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
You compete with them. That to me, how I interpreted it, is more like a dynamic, and that's that one-upmanship. Because you ever had some people that always got to one-up you, one-up you, one-up you, one-up you, and so that's what I see that as. Now, competition, like Curve said, sometimes you may have competition, and that's good, you might even do it on a thing. Well, who can see? Let's go on a diet together, girl. Let's see who can make the win the most. And then, I'll take you out to lunch or something like that. The winner takes out somebody after lunch or brunch. That's different. But I take that on number 7 is more like one-upmanship, where somebody's always trying to get one up over you or one up above you, or to show their superiority over you, because they're trying to create a hierarchy in a relationship. And that's all I'm going to say.
I love that explanation, Kim. That's good. Nadi, you want to chime in on that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, number one, I view myself as I'm my only competition. That's just how I walk in life.
Okay.
But I have been in situations where females would try to compete with you in situations when you're going out and you may get a little more attention than that person, and they get jealous, right? Because I end up with no bill and everyone buying me drinks, and you can't understand why that's not happening for you.
Right.
But I check that situation right away. Like, I go out to have a good time, not to be in competition with my friends. Like, girl, it's enough to go around for everyone. But I just tend to walk with, like, I'm my only competition. I go out and I hang out with my friends to feel good. Like, and I'm happy for my friends' successes. I'm never envious or anything. I'm always excited. Like, whenever they meet certain goals that they want to meet in life, I'm the first one there with a bottle to celebrate with you,
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, girl. I'm sorry.
If it has to be a competition, then we just not really even friends.
Yeah, I think, there is some healthy competition, like Curves was saying and Kim was saying, there's healthy competition. But when it gets to a point where you want to check your friend's page to see if they're doing better than you, and you being, sneaky, and you're trying to get everybody to come to your side so that you can beat out your friend, that's manipulative competition. And I think it's a manipulative competition that's a problem when it comes to your friendship. But if it's like, okay, my girl is doing this, okay, I'm gonna call my girl. Listen, girl, what are you doing? Because I want to do it. I know you're doing. Let's do this. That's the friendly competition. So there is a difference. There's a friendly competition and there's a manipulative competition. And the manipulation part is where we have to be careful with when it comes to friendship. Because if your friend is way up there on top and you way down on the bottom and you're a manipulative person, what will you do to try and bring your friend down? And that's when the lies and deceit comes in. So that part, when it comes to competing, is where you have to be very careful with friends who have this competitive spirit towards you. Which spirit is it? Is it a good spirit or is it a bad spirit? I love that. All right, I'm gonna come on over to our next question after I read this comment from Erin. She says this. I like Tyler Perry said, divide people in categories of a tree. Some people are the leaves, only there for a season. Others are branches, a little more sturdy, but don't put too much weight on it. I love that. He said, Tyler Perry said, she's summarizing it. And I get exactly what you said. And that is a beautiful thought. In my opinion, I'm going to come on over here to you because we're going to number 8. Real quick, in my opinion, you don't think they have good intentions for your friendship. What do you say to women out there and guys that have friends like this?
First of all, I don't. Okay, so I don't let people set intentions for me. Okay, so I don't let their intentions bother me. Okay, first of all, you have to be on your own level and you have to be accountable for your own self. I only give people, because I've been burned, I only give people a little bit of me. You know what I'm saying? I give you enough that I can trust you with. And
Yeah,
I'm not going to trust you with everything because I know I got way too much to lose.
I love that. You don't think they have good intentions. Gwendolyn, you ever had any friends that you feel like they did not have good intentions for your friendship?
Oh yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. I had a friend of mine tell me everybody don't deserve what you have been blessed to give other people. That made me step back and look at all the little poison people in my life.
Yes.
That because I'm like the young lady in the yellow and black,
Naughty, beautiful.
naughty.
Mhm.
Um, I cheer my friends on. Even I had one friend of mine who made the dean's list. She said she was always a D student, and now she's grown with kids and everything. She done went back to school, and she just said, "Oh, girl, I made the dean's list like it was like I stumped my toe." And I said, "Hold up, put your hand over your heart, girl." And I made her walk into that because I couldn't believe she didn't acknowledge herself. That's
Mm,
huge. She's making A's.
see,
So I kind of miss a lot of things, but now God has blessed me with people who are on the same page. And now my other two friends that I met over Zoom, they're doing good. And
see.
I can see them doing good. And one's got her website, her business going, and I'm stuck right here, not on the same plateau, but that's okay. They're making it. And
And
when
you're
they make it, guess what? I'm right there cheering them on because everybody can't be money, executive, all of that. Sometimes the biggest people in the world are your cheerleaders who truly love you and got your back no matter what. So if you
I
ever fall off that ladder, guess who's going to be there? That person who was cheering you on from the beginning with unconditional, true God's love.
I love that. Thank you. That is beautiful. Thank you for that. Naughty number 9 says you can't depend on their advice. You ever had any friends that, oh, goodness, you cannot depend on their advice for nothing? You just can't depend on it. What's your thoughts on this one? You ever had anything to do with that, Naughty?
I'm just not no food juice. And
I got. I'm sorry.
Hold on,
I
Dustin.
only
Go ahead,
I
Naughty.
only go to I only there's a very small handful of people that I would go to for advice. And that would be my best friend of 30 plus years. Because I trust her to all ends. And then I think it would be like my aunt or one of my
Mhm.
cousins. It'll be a family member. So I don't depend on randoms for advice
There you
because I'm
go.
looking at how you conduct your life. And if you're not conducting your life in a functional, healthy way, I'm not going to reach out to you for advice anyway.
Well, you better go head on. You better go head on. And that's absolutely one way to look at it. And I think that's a positive way to look at it also. Kim, I'm going to come over to you at number 10. You're embarrassed by their behavior towards others. Now, I spoke about this a little bit earlier, but Kim, what's your thoughts when you have women that say, or men that have friends, and you just embarrassed by their behavior towards others?
Well, I'll call them on. I mean, I had a good friend one time. We were getting ready to go out to brunch. Her husband called. He was a truck driver, okay? He drives over the road. His car wouldn't work. And so she says, well, I'll try. And he was trying to get gas and didn't have no gas. He couldn't get gas, okay? So he called her back and she says, well, there's money in that account. what card will you use it? Well, why would you use that card? Did you look at that card and all the rest of that? And he was like, what card am I supposed to use? I'm out here at trying to get gas or whatever. What is it? So she hung up from him. I said, why'd you talk to him like that? And she was like, what? I said, first of all, I said, you a housewife. Okay. That man out there on the road. I said, and he working hard to allow you to have luxuries that a lot of us women like me that's hustling in the street all the time would die for. Okay. I said, and that's your man. You don't you want him to be safe? I said, he out there, all you need to do is say, baby, you used the wrong card and everything. I said, but it's almost like you wanted to down him and tell him the same thing. She was like, did I do that? I was like, yes, and you should call and apologize to him. So I just call people out to be truthful if I disagree with it, because for one reason, for two reasons. One, I believe I need to shed the light, and I would want somebody to do the same for me too. And the other thing too is that don't become I don't want you to think that I'm fall for that okie doke either. And I want to let you know that I'm not down with that. So you don't try that on me, okay?
You better come on through now. I don't even understand how some people can be around friends that treat others so terrible and then think that that same serpent will not turn around and bite them. I just don't understand that part. And I don't like bad behavior. I'm like Makeup Diva said, I hate when people are mean to others. In my opinion, I got number 11. Let me put number 11 on the board here and let me know your thoughts on this. You have any friends or people that have friends and they make excuses for them, even in their bad behavior? What's your thoughts on that, in my opinion?
I've had toxic friendships before where people made excuses for them. But here's my thing: if you can't hold yourself accountable, and if you can't be the person that I thought you were, then I can't have you in my life. That's
Mhm.
just me. I know I have way too much to lose, so I can't play with people that don't have the same amount or more to lose than me. Like I can't play with what I got going on because I'm
Mhm.
trying to go bigger and better.
I
And I just
love
feel like if when you make excuses, you're in a sense enabling them, and eventually that poor behavior will turn on you down the line.
right, and it will continue to go forward. It won't stop. You got to be like Kim says. You got to call them out on this stuff. You can't be silent and think that it's going to stop on its own. You have to be the one that call them out. That's why I'm a firm believer in tell me what I did wrong so I can fix it. Because
In
I
the
Then I
did.
just
moment.
want to add this too. I
Yeah.
had a coworker, she wasn't necessarily a friend, but a coworker, but she wanted to go out a couple times. Child, that girl got so drunk, it was embarrassing. Oh my God.
Mhm.
And at the Christmas party, she had gotten so drunk, and then somebody said somebody got to drive her home. And they talk about Kim, you can drive. I'll stay the same. I had to leave her in the McDonald parking lot because for some reason she didn't have a car. I forgot what it was. Somebody had a car, and the McDonald's was closed, and I didn't want to leave her. But she was so drunk and was so aggravating. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave her in this dark McDonald parking lot at a quarter to 12 midnight. And she had won some gifts and she was sitting on the sound bar and some speakers. I just let her sitting there on them boxes. I hate to tell you that, but I did. Because I couldn't take one more moment, okay? But everywhere she go, she will come out falling out drunk. And it was only 2 times that happened to me. And then the third was at the office Christmas party. And then after that, I said we couldn't associate anymore.
Wow.
And then that's a
Wow.
bad look on me too, because listen, what if I'm a single woman? What if we out? And somebody say something extra double to me, okay?
You're a single woman. The
And
guys
then
are
they think
looking
I'm
at you
like
like
her.
that's your friend. The guys are looking at you like that's your friend.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah, girl.
So Michelle said this in the comment, and then I'm going to come down to curves. Michelle said, "Oh Lord, I have a friend like this, and I have to call her out on it. Girl, come
Yes,
on,
Michelle.
call her out, Michelle. All right,
Wait a minute, before you move on, let me say this.
yes, Gwendolyn, go ahead.
When I say, like, talk about my ADHD or anything else, I tell people I own my truth.
Yes,
I walk in it, good or bad. So if you point
yes,
something out to me, you say something to hurt my feelings, and I cry, don't worry about it. We'll walk through it. If people in my life and in my circle don't own their truth, and I know somebody who is not capable, that friend sets aside and I will help them try to come to owning their truth. And at a
yes.
certain time when I see that this is who I am, no, this is who you have become, then you got to go. You can't own your truth in my space, in my world. I can't have you rolling in it.
Well, can't roll
Because you
it.
ain't truthful. You're not a truthful person.
You better let them know.
If you ain't truthful to yourself.
I love that. I love it. Great point. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Curves. You ever had friends that make you feel like you're being used?
Oh yeah. But then they're not friends, are they? So
Right.
the status immediately changes once you realize and it's not worth it. Like sometimes like there's some usury that could eventually pay off like in a decade if you let them back in. But other times, yeah, once that status changes, that's a status changer is leaving me feeling used because it's like it's akin to being talked out of your panties. Like, you know what I mean? Like just that kind of like used feeling. I don't like it. I'm not for it. And the status changes immediately.
Absolutely, girl. Don't be used. Don't be around friends that make you feel used. Let me come back on up here to the beautiful Naughty Love with number 13. You don't even know why you friends with them. Naughty. You know people like this? You don't,
Naughty.
what with these people? These are from experts, and there are a lot of people out there that have friends, and you go with your friends and you come home, or either you're in the car and you're driving, you're like, why am I friends with them?
You know, I witnessed a situation like this last summer, and it was a couple of young ladies. They used to come where I hang out or whatever, and the one friend would always be so verbally abusive to the one young lady, and she was like the sweetest person. And one day I got her ear, and I said, you know, you don't deserve to be talked to like that, right? And so she looked at me or whatever. And then the next time I saw her, she was very upset. She had lost someone very dear to her. And so I gave her like a big old hug or whatever. And I was like, everything is going to work out. You're going to work, you're going to work through this process. I know it's sad right now. I was like, but you're strong. I believe in you. And I just left her with that, just empowering her. And then the next time I saw her, and I said, hey, are you still friends? She said, no, I cleaned house. I cut her off. I said, good for you, girl. Good for you. You don't deserve that. I mean, and this girl is just nasty. She's just nasty because she wants to control the situation. And let's just say she doesn't have very many friends.
Wow. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, in my opinion, for the beautiful scripture she put in the chat. Proverbs 16:2. God knows all men have sinned and fall short of his glory, but he is only interested in our repentance, overcoming, and growth, not our excuses. You better come on with that. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna come on over here to the beautiful first. Now I'm gonna leave the other. I'm gonna leave 15 for Kim. Let me come down to here to in my opinion. Number 14. They criticize you all the time. You ever had any friends that criticize you all the time? In my opinion, do you?
Now, let me tell you something. First of all, we got to learn to take constructive criticism correctly. But there are some people that are critical for the reason to bring you down. And I believe this is the one that they're talking about. Now, listen here, but I'm not that type of person, okay? I'm not weak willed. I don't really listen to people like that. So I do understand this. Now, this was me back in my 20s, okay? This was me back in my 20s. But the me that I am now, I am so much more stronger. I am so much more into God that you can't break me because you ain't made me. So there's no way for you to break me. Okay. Only God can. And He made me. He made me the way He was for a reason. Okay. But keep your mental together because people will try to break you.
That's right.
I love that. You better tell them.
Keep your mental together. That's right.
Get that mental together. Get it all the way together. And confidence in yourself. And something when people, like she said, I love how you said that, in my opinion, constructive criticism is needed. But criticism just to tear somebody down, that's a whole mess.
I tell people like this, though. I just want to say this and that. And I tell them, listen, God made me once. I don't need you to make me over. Okay?
I love me some Kim. All right, you guys, let's go on to number 15. And this is the final point they have on here about these toxic friendships. And I'm going to ask Kim about this. Number 15, they say they make you second guess yourself. If you ever been around a friend and they make you second guess your own self, hear the words of Kim. Kim, what's your thoughts on this?
I think that 14 kind of go in hand in hand, and 15 go hand in hand. Same thing, you know what I mean? But I've seen people that do that, because sometimes they'll criticize you, which try to undermine you and make you second guess yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
again, I am very intentional about what who I am and what I do. And in my opinion, I'm gonna tell you I'm a Scorpio too. But anyway, but I'm very intentional about that. So I know who I am and I know who I'm trying to be. I'm on a spiritual journey. That's between me and God. Okay. So now I will still do an inventory, because if it pricks me and makes me think about it, then I will think about it. But then if I deem that, no, that's not palatable, or it doesn't have any weight to it, or is it a real legitimate concern, then I'll toss it off. But at the same time, then after a while, I start looking at them with a jaundiced eye. Okay, I'm looking at them under-eyed. Where you always coming in with all this stuff here? So then, again, I cut them off. Because I don't want to. I'm not going to let anybody make me not feel good, or make me undermine my own self based on their limited opinions. Okay.
All right. Now I love that. They make you second guess yourself. Shouldn't make you second guess yourself. This is where a lot of people start living their life under the realm of somebody else's thoughts. And therefore, oftentimes they get lost in that. They lose themselves because they're trying to live from the thoughts of somebody else. And that's where their mental breakdown can happen. That's where the instability in their own selves happen. So you have to be able to understand that you don't have to have people make you second guess who you are. And if that is the case, you have to determine, is this somebody that I need to be around? One of the things my husband said to me after we got married, we were having a conversation with his family, and I love him even more for this. He told his family this. He says he was married before, and the people were like, you seem to be so much happier in this marriage. What's the difference? And he said this. He says, my wife lets me be who I am.
Amen.
And that is something that I love. Now, you have to understand, his first wife, they had their differences, but one of the things she was trying to do is to make him to become who she wanted him to be. And it was all behind label. It was behind label. And that's not, and she wouldn't allow him to laugh or have fun and do certain things. But when he came over here to this side, he started to try and do that. And I had to stop him one day. And I said, wait a minute. I said, will the real you please stand up? I said, because I want the real you, and you in being you. And that's how you need to be, not only with your partner in life, but your friends in life. Ask your friends this one day, will the real you please stand up, and allow them to stand up. Allow them to be who they are, because that's where they're going to be comfortable. My husband had dealt with mental, instability. We was going through his divorce from his first wife. So much mental, male insecurity is a real thing. And it took me not doing anything except saying, baby, just be you. That's all it took. And that's all it would take for a lot of you who have friends out there to be their truth. Just let them be themselves. Like we have allowed everyone on this panel to be their own beautiful selves. The beautiful Naughty Love, I love her with her uniqueness and how she is. Listen, she'll be out there partying in the club scene and turn on Instagram, and I'll be partying on the background with her. Beautiful Kim delivers. She comes on, her antics, everything is just amazing. I love her. Just to hear her talk is amazing, and it's electrifying in a positive way. And I love chatting with her. I never once tell these ladies, come on my panel and be how I am. I never give them a directive. I never do that, because you want people that are going to come and be comfortable with who they are. The beautiful Gwendolyn comes on my channels all the time, and she puts so much positive information in my chats. So much beautifulness. I love seeing that. And I never want to say, hey, don't do this, because you want people to be comfortable with who they are. And I love that she has the courage to share her own issues regarding the ADHD, which, it's part of her life, but she's open enough to share it so that others can get their breakthrough, to understand that they could get, panels like this to come on, have conversations about it. And Gwendolyn, one day we're going to have you on panel to talk more in depth about that. Thank you so much for supporting me and the channel. And Curbs, your energy is brighter than the whole world put together 3 times over. And I love it. I love it. Yes, I love Curbs and her bright.
Right on. I love you guys too. Thank you.
Yes, her giddiness, listen, she's unique in her way, and I'm not gonna don't change for nothing. As a matter of fact, just increase who you are because I
Mhm.
love the brightness that you have. And in my opinion, you are one of the most encouraging people on social media right now. And I would just say continue to be who you are at all times as you have been doing. And you are going to, I believe, help so many young women to understand their value and worth. And they're going to come to you and say, in my opinion, I always was best, but you have helped me to be even better. So thank you all. And Dustin and his wonderful, handsome self, thank him also for coming on panel. Dustin has really encouraged this platform as well because a lot of people hide in the chats because they don't feel like they can have a voice on the panels. But Dustin is one of those that's coming forward to let people know, listen, you no longer have to hide. There are platforms that will allow you to come on and have a voice and be proud of your voice. So here we are on the Juice Radio and Talk Show, sharing our channel with Naughty Love Movement and the beautiful Kim Delivers, and this effort to making sure that ladies have great friendships. And know this, it all starts with turning on your channels and having this information out there to everybody. And all the beautiful women and men in the chat, we love everything that you guys are doing as well by supporting each and every one of us. You all have great voices as well. And you may feel as though you don't have any friends out there, but social media is making this thing happen so that you can create friendships and connections that will bring smiles to your face. And you will be so happy when you get those notifications that they're live. All right. Join these panels. I'm going to have Naughty Love give us some closing thoughts, and then Kim Deliver give us some closing thoughts as well. But my saying from the Juice Radio and Talk Show here with you guys, thank you so very much. I always wanted to be able to share my love and care for each and every one, and you guys are helping me to do that. And I want to say thank you again so much, Kim. Thank you again so much, Naughty Love, and all the other people on the panel. I really appreciate you guys helping us to get this Ladies List chat panel going. Naughty Love, closing thoughts?
Oh, wait a minute. Can I say something? Because I don't.
Go ahead, Gwendolyn.
I know. Let me catch my breath right a minute.
Go ahead, Gwendolyn.
I want to thank you for honoring me to let me come up and share the beautiful energy of all the ladies, because it's something that I so desperately need, and I'm trying not to cry.
Okay.
You guys have filled my heart with the sisterhood and the love that I've always wanted the world to be. Thank you. I'm gonna say some more, but I'm gonna cut it off.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gwendolyn. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing too, Gwendolyn. Beautiful Naughty, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This was refreshing. Number one, I love hearing different point of views, but we have to remember to always use our wiser mind when it comes to choosing new relationships, create healthy boundaries, and most of all, make sure there is mutual respect in the relationships you do choose to engage in. I think that's very important because if you have that as a baseline, it's very likely to go left. I'm just so happy we were able to have this discussion. Thanks, Juice.
Thank you. Thank you, Naughty. Love you. Thank you, James Pryor, for being here with the clapping hands. Thank you. Kim, let's go ahead and get some closing thoughts from you.
Okay, so what I would say is, for one, I always say mechanisms, but my biggest mechanism is that I never love or care for anybody to the detriment of my own self. Period. Okay. And there's a lot of toxicity in here. This world is really getting it's getting weirder and weirder out here. But at the same time, I'm not going to allow it to change me. So I'm still going to make room for those that I can make room for in my life. And for those who you can't, give them up to God, let them put them out your life and pray for them and go on about your business. And like that old saying says, if it's meant for you, it'll come back your way. If not, then, you just keep on moving. You got to keep it moving though. But again, we just don't love nobody to the detriment of your own self. And that's for sure. And ladies, it was beautiful meeting all of you all today and talking to you. Well, I know curves and all the rest of them, but yes. And thank you so much, Regina, for having me on. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Kim, for being
here.
I
love you, my girl, my baby.
Listen, you are a light that I never want to put out. Come on now,
Oh, thank you.
everlasting wattage. I love it. Curves, in my opinion, would you like to give some closing thoughts?
Just
Curves?
thank you. Just thank you. As always, you ladies are fabulous panel. Love being part of your vibe. Love being part of your energy. You're putting out a positive frequency, and I'm all about that. So thank you for allowing me to share my POV freely. Much love.
Thank you, Curves. I love you. Thank you so much. In my opinion, closing thoughts?
Okay, all I would say is broken things and broken people are the results of sin. Yet God sent his son to be broken and to heal. So I pray that all y'all will be healed by God's stripes. Get you some healing, keep your mental intact. And let me tell you something. Just because your friend is not your friend today doesn't mean those memories are null and void. It just means now your chapter has ended and you're moving on to something greater.
I love it.
Thank you, Juice, for being so amazing. I really appreciate it. And Naughty, you got the smile of a sunshine, so I really appreciate you too. And Miss Kim, my Scorpio sister, go ahead, girl.
Girl, yes, girl. Yes, girl.
Now, I love it. Thank you so much. And I know there are some broken people that, there's some things that have happened. And I know Nadi mentioned, it is the cause of sin. But there are some instances where brokenness happens because of some things that have happened personally in their life that was not necessarily sin related, but just some sadness, some unhappiness that happened. I want you to know what basically I believe that, in my opinion, was also saying is the love of the Lord can heal all that too. He can heal all of that too. So know this, even in your brokenness, no matter which form it came in, God can be the one that can take that thing right out and turn it around. You don't have to chase after toxic friendships. No, you don't, because there's new ones on the way, but they won't come your way or be able to stay with you if you allow those toxic friendships to still be around you. Clutter them out, declutter, get rid of them so that the new ones will have space to come in. All right. I'm going to be bringing up a later video on this where we talk about ways that you can get rid of the toxic friendships. We'll share it on the channel as well. But for now, you guys, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining us. And remember to click that notification bell for our next beautiful ladies chat.
Yes.
Real soon. I love y'all for watching. Thank y'all again for being here.
Okay.
Thank you. Ladies, on the count of 3, we're gonna get out of here and have a wonderful evening, you guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye, ladies.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.